following program is brought to you in living color.
The music that's being played today is just small quartets with drum machines and a real cheesy kind of organ.
You're listening to the What the DJ podcast with DJ Blissful and DJ Butt Naked.
Welcome back, everyone, to another wonderful week of What the DJ. I am DJ Butt Naked, and this is my wonderful co-host,
DJ Blissful.
Hell yeah. And together we are What the DJ. And you know what? We back again.
Yes.
Another week.
In full effect.
As DJ Khaled would say. And another one.
Another one.
My wife doesn't like DJ Khaled.
No?
No.
My husband doesn't even know who he is. And I just drop another one. Like everywhere. We'll be in like Home Depot and he's like, do you think we should get 2 of these? And I'll be like, another one. He's like, no, really, like, how many should we get? Another one.
Yeah. She thinks he's like that one cousin who you always have to deal with, who always has something brand new.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, I got this new water. It's wetter than wet. Yeah.
Hey, but he's a solid hype man, though.
Yeah. I mean, I just wish, this is my old man gripe for the day. I wish that people who put DJ in front of their name actually DJ'd.
Yeah, wasn't there like a video kind of rolling around once of him actually on the tables? And I don't know if he was goofing around. I can't remember.
Nah, he was dead serious, and it was not good.
It was pretty whack.
But, to each their own, whatever. He's rich, and he doesn't have time to practice. I get it.
Yeah.
But just be like, I'm Khaled,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, a lot of DJs are producers nowadays.
Yeah.
As well as being a DJ. So he probably was a DJ for a month and then was like, no, I can make music.
Yeah.
But that last track, oh man, the last track he just dropped with Megan Thee Stallion on it. He had a couple other people on there. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I don't. All the newer songs, literally, I don't remember any of the names at all.
Yeah, neither do I. But I'm about to Google this, bitch. It's called I Did It.
Yes.
I did it. I love that sample.
Yes, it's a great sample. I'm having a technology DJ moment these days. And DJing has gone literally from being you see all your DJ buddies in the record store on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Digging for the next big thing, to now being able to stream music during your DJ set.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
It's pretty dope.
It's dope, but it definitely got me thinking about the watered down version of the way music is being consumed. And we've talked about this before,
Yeah.
And, because everything keeps coming at you. Bow, 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 bow.
Right. And artists are dropping, dropping singles every single day. And then you have all the indie artists that are also doing that. And you're right. It's definitely, there's an abundance, but there's also like diluted.
Yeah.
Like a diluted abundance.
But what I had the luxury of doing this last weekend, I guess, is I got a Beat Source, right?
Okay.
Beat Source is a record pool, and you have to pay for it monthly.
Yeah.
But in Serato, the program that we both use to DJ, Beat Source will show up in its curated playlists in your crates,
Oh, shoot.
right? Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing, right? Because I was thinking, man, I am a lazy motherfucker when it comes to creating qualified playlists, right? I
Right,
have
right.
my own like specific playlist sort of deals where I'm like, this is a nightclub playlist. It's all the booty poppers. And this one's all my late nights and early mornings playlist. This is all that groovy stuff you want to smoke to, right?
Yeah.
And then I got a wedding crate. And then that's about it. Obviously, I got crates that are catered towards all my clients. But, outside of that, I'm just like, I don't have a crate specifically for first dances.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I never have to do that because it's always, hey, lady, or guy, what is your first dance song? You know
Right.
what I mean? I don't have to ever go through that idea. But Beat Source actually has crates all down to that minute level.
Oh, shit.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of nice.
It's kind of it's awesome, but then it got me thinking, and this is what it got me thinking, right? Because of the music that we get every day, or it's pretty much every day, everything kind of comes at you at lightning speed. So you gotta sit on it for a while. Now, here's the problem: if I have a streaming music source, right, and the artist released the music in a streaming platform, I don't necessarily get to sit on that music and absorb it the way that I
Right.
need to, at least to put it out effectively from my standpoint as a DJ.
Yeah.
Right? It just feels like everything is moving past me so fast. And maybe it's because I'm getting older, but I'm thinking like, yo, what is happening to what we got going on as far as music is concerned? Because now, if music is coming at you that fast, how many official club bangers will there be in 25 years? Right? When you
Yeah.
think about it, because, for instance, the song Party Up. The song Party Up is old as shit. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
But when that song came out, it had to sit on us for a while. It had to develop into that party anthem. Whenever you hear it, this is what I need. You see what I'm saying?
But that song also was like, at the time that it came out, was unlike any other. I mean,
Right.
majority of DMX's music was unlike
Right.
any any other. It had that
But the difference is you had to actually experience getting said form of music, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Either and this is the disconnect here, right? My parents had to physically wait for an album to be released, go to the record store with
Yep.
money in hand, probably
Yep.
wait in line to get record, right?
Yeah.
In the record, obviously it's front side and back side, but it's a tangible piece of being, right?
Right. There's the experience.
It's an experience. So from the time you open it, from the
time you first hear the song.
right,
And the time.
right. So fast forward, and even how you heard it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you heard it, either it was payola or it just was on the radio constantly,
Right.
But
Radio was a big.
right,
pusher.
that was your social media at the point, right?
Yeah.
But now that we still have that medium, right? And they still do the same things, but there are also other forms of media to where people can actually get that information. None of
Right.
it, however, is tangible, right? You can't take that new Drake record home unless you purchase, unless this was like your favorite album forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you go and you're looking for that vinyl because you're an audiophile, or for some odd reason you find a CD. You know what I mean? Even then, when you had a CD, it was still a tangible piece of it's like buying a shirt. You know
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. It became a part of you.
Yeah, and now people like in the 90s, 2000s ish, it was the height of music videos. Right?
Yep.
So
yep, totally.
along with the CD that you would get, that you would have to go to the store to buy, you would have to, then, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about because somebody's making a lot of noise in the background.
You got it. It's there. It's there. Just pick it right back up.
No, but from what I'm saying is, tangible pieces of what you're purchasing, you want to have that. And right now, people don't have that. They're not getting that.
Right. Well, the other thing is, okay, so back in the day, typically you were introduced to new music by DJs, right?
Yes.
So you'd go out or you listen to the radio, you were introduced to new music. Then you'd go and buy the album. So it's this whole experience from start to finish of you having this, like you said, tangible thing that becomes a part of you, that becomes a part of your daily living. When you put the record on and you're listening to it while you're washing the dishes or cooking dinner or whatever, and then family and friends join in on the experience as well. You're playing the record while people are listening and they go, oh shoot, that's a fucking badass record. I gotta go get that. And it just spreads. Now, sure, you hear new music typically in the clubs. And that's like one of those things that I miss about earlier on when I was DJing. If I drop like a new track that maybe no one had ever heard, because I used to like to pick and pull from shit that just was obscure or, just people hadn't heard it, hadn't been on the radio or anything, or it was, some hidden track on an album that I listened all the way through. And I miss the connection of when people would come up and be like, hey, oh my God, this song is dope. What is this? Who is this? And then I'd be able to tell them. People don't really do that anymore because one, they can either Shazam it or whatever, that app,
Shazammers.
or they can Google it, if they hear some lyrics that are, they can type in. And I do that sometimes too, but that, and they're just fed so much music on a daily basis that, it's in one ear and out the other, pretty much.
There's no time to digest the goodness, man.
Yeah, there's no real connection to it.
And more importantly, you don't get that, right? Like if I go to Starbucks and I buy a coffee, right? I know I'm going to get the good deliciousness that's in this coffee cup. Right? Sometimes, I would suggest not drinking, big brands. If you can, go to somewhere smaller. But in this instance, right? In this instance, you go there for said product, but you get a tangible piece. You get a coffee cup, right? And regardless if you're going to throw that coffee cup away, the coffee cup has something on it for you, right? Logo, lid. It's got the ingredients of everything that you just consumed.
Right. You also have that process too. That's part of the experience of talking to the teller, talking to people online, looking at food. You're like, oh shit, what is that? A little lemon cupcake? Where, oh, I love lemon bread, or, conversations that pop up during the process that all become a part of the experience.
Yes. And slowly but surely, music is getting away from having that tangible piece. Right.
Yeah.
And when you get away from having that tangible piece, regardless of how much time and effort you spend making it, it becomes non-valuable to a point.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And it struck me this weekend when I was DJing, I was like, oh, I got access to pretty much any song that I can think of. Somebody's going to come and hit me with this little whoop-de-whoop. And I'm going to be like, damn, who's little whoop-de-whoop? Right? Oh, let me type it up. Oh, little whoop-de-whoop. Killing brothers, mothers, sisters, baby cousins. That's the new track. I got you. Put it on. Never heard it in my life.
Yeah.
Bang, here you go. Right?
Yeah, but that experience, though, isn't the same as playing a track that you built an experience to.
Exactly.
And you're right. People are losing out on that. And hopefully it doesn't go so far that DJs just become basically obsolete and,
Well, yeah and no. in the sense that
Or is this just another DJ tip? Like,
It
pro
offers-
tip right now.
it offers the opportunity to find a link. Because what I've been finding myself doing recently is saying, hey, I got a type of music that I really like to play. I got
Yeah.
a type of music that I really enjoy listening to.
Right.
Right. I mean, we're part of this collective called the Soul Set Crew. So we
Yeah.
obviously like soul music, right? But I know somebody who's 21 years old doesn't necessarily like Aretha Franklin when they're trying to slam a White Claw. Right? It's just not.
Or slam dunk on some booty.
Yeah, But if I could figure out a way to mix City Girls with some Aretha Franklin and make it sound awesome,
Yeah.
then that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? But that in itself is such a small portion of what people are starting to consume at this moment in time.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? It takes, the DJs right now, we're just like, yo, we're getting fed this mountain of music. Let me pick and choose what I'm, and it's more of a tidal wave. It's not even a mountain anymore.
Yeah.
It's a
It is a
tidal,
tidal wave,
it's a
for sure.
tidal wave every week of new music. And you're kind of having to sift through all this garbage, all this, I miss my, whoop-de-doo-doo-doo. You're just like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Hey, let me have another toxic relationship. I'ma hit that, dump it, and flip it. New girl,
Yeah,
new dump, and flip. I mean, or new boy. I mean,
something,
yeah, the messaging, at least this is what makes me feel old, is I'm just like, the messaging is shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all go through that phase where we're like, yeah, on to the next one. Another one, I met this person. It was cool. 2 weeks later, I meet a new person, or whatever. Like, we all go through that phase in life. But yeah, I am starting to feel like the messaging is, you're just like, oh, there's no depth to this.
There's no depth, but I just wish there was tangible pieces, like if you're gonna, and I think that was, the biggest thing with Spotify and streaming services. It took the tangible piece away.
Yeah.
Right. It took the tangible piece away. And now artists, I feel bad for people who want to create music.
Yeah.
Right. Because now if you do create music, it takes a lot of work to even get to the point to where you're making a living making music. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people just like, yo, I'm a musician and I'm here to sell records, or I'm here to do this. And they forget that it's a lot of artists and a lot of musicians and people aren't necessarily millionaires. But if you could be a millionaire, what would be some of the crazy shit that you would do? Because there's all these vaccines.
Vaccines.
There's all these vaccine dreams that they're trying to put out. They trying to make sure everybody gets that vaccine.
I think you just created a new term. Vaccine millionaire.
You're a vaccine millionaire, son.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like it's kind of wild to think that they're giving out, 100 or you can get a lotto ticket, or you're put into the lotto for $1 million if you get vaccinated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to think that people are that not interested in getting vaccinated too. I mean, I have to admit, before I got COVID last year, it was 2 days before that I finally got my flu shot.
Yeah.
And, I'm in my 30s. But ultimately, that was more out of laziness. It wasn't because I was like, I'm not sure about these vaccines and what's in them,
Yeah.
I always figure if I have some major allergic reaction to it and I die because of a vaccine, well, that was just the number that I pulled.
I figure if I took the vaccine and I'm about to be a zombie, I'm going to be the dopest fucking zombie on the face of the planet.
You go.
You're going to be like, we need
Have
that
you-
zombie to DJ our wedding. And I'm be like,
Have you tried to magnet your arm yet? That shit is so crazy. The other night, though, I was like, I fucking debunked this because I don't know a lot of shit, and I'm kind of I'm a like dummy intellectual. Like I can only make it so far in intellectual conversations before I say some stupid shit. But the other night, my husband and I were talking about it, and I'm like, why would people think? And then how is this even working? And then we actually had to look up the chip, like what the actual smallest chip size was, and it was like 0.9 nanometers or something like that.
Of course.
And I'm like, hold up. If that's the smallest possible chip that they could make, and they're injecting it in your arm, and there's no fucking way that magnet is going to hold to 0.9 nanometers. You know what I'm saying? That's like trying to hold a table leg up by a mole. And like not even a mole, like the smallest freckle or pore on your body that you could even see.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, how should we say, just dumbasses that come up with some just stupid shit. Like, and it's just getting to a point where like there's going to become a point, and sometime this year, that people are going to start coming to their wits' end with just the dumb shit. And not saying that people are going to be violent. I'm just saying like there's a lot of just dumb assery that people let slide, right? Like you're just like, really? How stupid is that? Right? And then you find yourself, and you honestly find yourself fact checking and checking yourself, even if you know, right? We're talking water is wet, right? I got somebody telling me water ain't wet, right? So now I got to go back and check to see that water is actually wet. And then once I find out that is wet, I'm like,
man, they just gaslighted my intelligence.
Why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
I want that 15 to 20 minutes back.
Exactly. Why did I even talk to that person?
Gosh.
I mean, but that we could even circle that back around to what you were saying about non-tangible things. Like there's this access to so much information online that I think it's the same concept as how people are listening to music now.
Yes.
In one ear and out the other.
Yes.
You get information in one ear and out the other. They don't even filter that shit to make sure it's coming from a reliable source, that they've checked to see how that statement started or if it's even a true statement.
Man.
So people now are just like, information, you know, bullshit.
It's a twofold sort of thing though, right? It's a twofold sort of thing, meaning we're getting all this information fed to us at a rapid pace, right? And a lot of us are too dumb to ingest it the right way, right?
I have those moments.
And then a lot of us are just like, well, fuck it. You know, that don't make any sense. I'm just going to roll with it because I got other shit to do with my life, you know?
Yeah.
And then you get the people who aren't the smartest in the bunch out of everybody. We're talking about the smallest portion of the barrel in the bottom, you know, underneath that piece of crust that was like building up over time. You get that motherfucker who is now driving the bus and is like, yeah, you know what I heard? I was in this dark portion of the web right next to the Hungarian midget porn drinking freaking, you know, Vietnamese breast milk. I was in that corner of the internet. And this is what I found out. Water isn't wet.
Seemed viable to me.
Yep. What y'all think about it? You know?
Hey, it's okay. We're all big dummies. We all have moments. We're not trying to. Well, yeah, we're clowning on people, but fuck it. But fuck it.
And I'm gonna say it. It's coming to a point to where like people are gonna be like, no, stop it with the bullshit. Go back underneath your little rock, bro. No, stop it.
Or there's gonna be a whole lot of interventions.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to bring back that doctor. Was it? No, not Dr. Phil. Damn it! What was the other?
With
The other doctor.
Oz, Dr. Phil. I don't
He
know.
was on the intervention show.
I got to talk to my parents. They watch all those shows. My dad's
Yeah.
he's a big like court show dude. So I know they be watching shows like that. I'd be like, yo,
I'm kind of entertained though, like watching psychologists just work people down on camera. You know?
be like, so you did buy Jordans when you were 12 and they were orange. How did that make you feel in your deep psyche?
Yes.
Were the fat shoelaces enough?
So you're trying to tell me that water isn't wet. Please explain the scientific analogy of that.
Yes.
So with that being said, I think we're going to have to talk in our next episode
Yes.
about what you would do if you became a millionaire.
Yes.
And more specifically, just if you had $1 million.
Oh, man, I would do a lot of politically incorrect shit. But we'll talk about it. But right now, we're going to need some words from Big Brother Bruce.
Indeed. And this one's a little short,
All right.
but it's a think piece. Okay. Genius. The capacity to see and to express what is simple, simply.
Yes. Makes perfect sense. Because when you think about it, right, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room to be the most empowered. Mm-hmm. Right? So if you can get everybody working in a specific fashion, you could be literally a dumb motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Right? But if you got all the right people in the right places, then you're the smartest person in the room.
Yeah. Or just bring it back to the basics.
That's right. Bruce make you think, man.
Yeah, he does.
Words of wisdom.
Hurting my brain a little bit. All right, y'all.
Yes, that's all we got for today. Thanks for listening to another wonderful episode of What the DJ. I am DJ Butt Naked, and this is my wonderful co-host,
DJ Blissful.
Hell yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is the What the DJ podcast.
What the DJ?
And we out.
Yeah, boy.
We out.
Yeah, boy.
We out.